Hello everyone. Today our lecture it will be the third lecture in phonetics and phonology. As we spoke in the first lecture about the introduction, and we took how the course is organized, and in 1.2 the English phonetic and phonology website, and 1.3 phonemes and other aspects of pronunciation, and in 1.4 accents and dialects. And in the second lecture we spoke about the production of speech sounds, 2.1 articulators above the larynx, and 2.2 vowel and consonants, and 2.3 English short vowels. Today the third lecture in phonetics and phonology, it will be about the long vowels, diphthongs and triphthongs. And page 16 in our textbook, 3.1 English long vowels and 3.2 diphthongs in page 17, and 3.3 triphthongs in page 18. Now we will begin to explain for you about the English long vowels and diphthongs and the triphthongs. As we said, in page 16 we will find the information about long vowels, diphthongs and triphthongs. In page 16. And as you see in this page 16 in our textbook, long vowels, diphthongs and triphthongs. English long vowels, in chapter 2, the short vowels were introduced. In this chapter, we look at other types of English vowel sound. The first to be introduced here are the 5 long vowels. These are the vowels which tend to be longer than the short vowels in similar contexts. It is necessary to say in similar contexts because, as we shall see later, the length of all English vowel sounds varies very much according to their context, such as the type of sound that follows them, and the presence or absence of stress. The presence or absence of stress. To remind you that these vowels tend to be long. Their symbols consist of one vowel symbol plus a length mark made of 2 dots. The 2 dots after the sound, that means this sound is long. Thus we have long vowel E and long vowel A and long vowel A and long vowel O and long vowel U. I will repeat it to be clear for you. The long vowel E and long vowel E and long vowel A and long vowel O and long vowel U. And we must distinguish between long vowel O and long vowel U. When I say O, when I say U, there is difference between 2 pronunciation. We will now look at each of these long vowels individually, the 5 long vowels are different from the 6 short vowels described in Chapter 2, not only in length, but also in quality. If we compare some similar pairs of long and short vowels, for example, short vowel E with long vowel E, or U, short vowel U with long vowel U, or A with long vowel A, we can see distinct differences in quality resulting from differences in tongue shape and position, and lip position, as well as in length. For this reason, all the long vowels are symbols, which are different from those of short vowels. You can see that the long and short vowel symbols would still all be different from each other, even if we omitted the length mark. So it is important to remember that the length mark is used not because it is essential, but because it helps learners to remember the length difference. Perhaps the only case where a long and a short vowel are closely similar in quality is that of A and A, but A is a special case, as we shall see later. When we focus about this figure 6, English long vowels, this long vowel E and long vowel U and long vowel A and long vowel O and long vowel O. Let us explain them separately. Long vowel E, example was peat, mean, peace. At the middle of the word peat, we find the long vowel E, and at the middle of the word be, mean, we also find the long vowel E, and at the middle of the word peace, we find the long vowel E, as in the word peace as well. This vowel is nearer to cardinal vowel number 1, short E, that is to say it is closer and more front than is the short vowel of bid, pin, fish. You look at the middle of this word, there's short vowel E, and in pin also, and fish as well. Cardinal vowel number 1, the lips are only slightly spread, and this results in a rather different vowel quality. The long vowel A, example words bear, bird. We do not say bird, but we say bird, fan, pears. This is a mid-central vowel which is used in most English accents as a hesitation sound, written er, but which many learners find difficult to copy. The lip position is neutral. The long vowel A Example words: card, half, pass. This is an open vowel in the region of cardinal vowel number 5. Short vowel R, but not as back as this. The lip position is neutral. The long vowel O, example words: pot, torn, horse. The tongue height for this vowel is between cardinal vowel number 6, O, short O, and number 7, O, and closer to the letter. This vowel is almost fully back and has quite strong lip rounding. The long vowel O, example words: food, soon, lose. The nearest cardinal vowel to this is number 8, short vowel O, but a British Broadcasting Corporation long vowel O is much less back and less close, while the lips are only moderately rounded. Now we will explain something about diphthongs in 3.2. Diphthongs. What does it mean, diphthongs? A British Broadcasting Corporation pronunciation has a larger number of diphthongs sounds, which consists of a movement or glide from one vowel to another. Focus on glide from one vowel to another. Glide from one vowel to another. A vowel which remains constant and does not glide is called a pure vowel. If we want to give a definition for a pure vowel, what does it mean, or how to define it? A vowel which remains constant and it does not glide is called a pure vowel. In terms of length, diphthongs are similar to the long vowels described above. Perhaps the most important thing to remember about all of the diphthongs is that the first part is much longer and stronger than the second part. That means the first part is longer and stronger in diphthongs. For example, most of the diphthong I, as in words I, or the pronoun I, consists of a vowel, and only in about the last quarter of the diphthong does the glide to short E become noticeable. As the glide to short E happens, the loudness of the sound decreases. As a result, the short E part is shorter and quieter. Foreign learners should therefore always remember that the last part of English diphthongs must not be made too strongly. Because the first part, as we said, it will be longer and stronger when we pronounce. The total number of diphthong is 8. That means we have 8 diphthongs. Though OA, this sound, OA, is increasingly rare, the easiest way to remember them is in terms of 3 groups divided as in this diagram figure 7, as you see. How to divide diphthongs? How to divide diphthongs? As before we divide diphthongs to centering and closing, we need to get back to the definition of diphthongs, or what does it mean, diphthongs. As we said, combine two vowels all together to get diphthongs. And there is a glide from one vowel to another, and there is a glide from one vowel to another. That means there is a movement from one vowel to another. In this figure, we divide diphthong to centering diphthong and closing diphthong. Centering diphthong ending in a. Centering diphthong ending in a. And closing, we divide it to two parts, ending in short e and ending in short u. As we said, the first part, centering diphthong, ending in a, like aya, this sound aya, this sound aya, and this sound we pronounce it iya, iya. There is difference when I say aya and when I say iya. And this centering diphthong uwa, and this centering diphthong uwa. So I will repeat to be explained for you. Aya, this sound aya, iya, uwa. Aya, iya, uwa. Aya, iya, uwa. And when we need to explain a closing diphthong ending in short e, a, I, oi, a, I, oi. I will repeat to be explained for you. A, I, oi. Ending in short u, 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 like this sound u, and ow, u, and ow. The centering diphthongs glide towards the schwa. As we spoke about the schwa, a central vowel represented in the International Phonetic Alphabet, the sound occurs in ancestral syllables. Ancestral syllables in English as in around, mother, and sofa. The centering diphthongs glide towards the schwa. Schwa, central vowel in this, the tongue shape, as you see, schwa. And schwa, we defined it in the second lecture. In linguistics, specifically phonetics and phonology, schwa is the mid-central vowel sound, rounded or unrounded in the middle of the vowel chart. Let us take some examples to explain how to pronounce the diphthong centering and the diphthong closing. As we said, aya example words in this word: beard, 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 beard. Let us to focus about it how to pronounce in dictionary to be auxiliary for us.
Beard,
Beard, beard, weird in this word. Weird, 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 weird. Fierce, fierce, not fierce, but fierce. I will repeat to be explained for you. Beard, beard, weird, fierce. The starting point is a little closer than short E in pit and pin, as in pit and pin. Now we explain the second diphthong, ear, not aya, but ear. The first one we said about it aya, and the second one ear. Example words, and the sound ear, ear. Example word, another example, kier, kier, skier, scare, scarce, scarce, scare, scarce, scarce. This diphthong begins with a vowel sound that is more open than the a of get, men. That means starting in a, ear, 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 eared, eared, keer, keer, scarce, 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 ear, ear, ears, scarce, scarce. This diphthong begins with a vowel sound that is more open than the a of get and men. Now the third long vowel diphthongs, ua, ua. This sound example was moored, moored, tua, 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 lua, lua. For speakers who have this diphthong, this has a starting point similar to short u. In put, pull, many speakers pronounce long o instead. That the closing diphthongs have the characteristics that they all end with a glide towards a closer vowel, because the second part of the diphthong is weak. As we said, in diphthong, the first part is strong, stronger, longer and stronger, but the second part is weak. They often do not reach a position that could be called close. The important thing is that a glide from a relatively more open towards a relatively closer vowel is produced. If three of the diphthongs glide towards short vowel E, as described below. In this diphthong, lists three diphthongs. A, the first one, A, this sound, diphthong sound, combine two vowel sound to get diphthong. A. Example words: paid, paid, pain, pain, face, make, fake, and so on. The starting point is the same as the A of get man, aid, aid, aid. If we separate the word, if we separate the syllable of the word and we pronounce this word, for example, without the first sound p, we say aid, aid, as it's shaded, aid, paid, ain, 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 without p, without the sound p, ain. But when we say complete word, pain. Also face when we say ace without f, ace without f, face, face, to get how to pronounce the sound a. And the 5 long vowel diphthongs I, this sound I. Example words: tide, time, nice. There is the sound I at the middle of each word. This diphthong begins with an open vowel which is between front and back. It is quite similar to the A of the words cut, pun. As you see in this figure, how to divide this sound A, I. And this sound oi, example words: void, loin, voice, void, void, loin, voice, ois. The first part of this diphthong is slightly more open than long vowel o in ought. Pawn. It is not similar to this sound, but when we say oi in void, loin, voice, in boy, toy, and so on. So many examples we can get. Two diphthongs glide towards short vowel o, so that as the tongue moves closer to the roof of the mouth, there is at the same time a rounding movement of the lips. This movement is not a large one, again because the second part of the diphthong is weak, as we said. Uwa, in this sound, uwa, uwa. In this sound, sorry, ow. In this sound, ow, ow, ow. How to get this sound in example words? For example, when we say, as we say, ow, loud, loud, Another example, home, home, home. We don't say home, but home. The correct pronunciation, home. We don't say most, but most, most, most. So I will repeat to be clear, loud, home, home, most, most. This sound, oh, oh, loud, home, most, loud, home, most, loud, home, most. The vowel position for the beginning of this is the same as for the schwa. Vowel schwa, as found in the first syllable of the word about. This is the first sound in the word about. We say about. There is a schwa at the beginning of this word. The lips may be slightly rounded in anticipation of the glide towards the short vowel oo. For each there is quite noticeably rounded. Now we will transfer to the last 8 vowel. Ow, ow, ow. Example words how to get this sound in loud, ow, loud, loud. We don't say loud, we say loud, loud, gown, 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 house, 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 loud, gown, house. This diphthong begins with a vowel similar to I. Since this is an open vowel, a glide to short vowel oo would necessitate a large movement, and the tongue often does not reach the short vowel oo position. There is only a slight lip rounded. One vowel to another, then to a third. What does it mean? One vowel to another and then to a third. At the first we spoke about diphthong. Diphthong, one vowel to another. That means two vowels combined together. But when we speak in 3.3 about the triphthong, there is another thing. We will speak about it. One vowel to another and then to a third. One vowel to another and then to a third. That means 3 vowels. The most complex English sounds of the vowel type are the triphthongs. They can be rather difficult to pronounce. They can be rather difficult to pronounce. As you see, and very difficult to recognize. A triphthong is a glide from one vowel to another and then to a third. The most important thing to focus on one vowel to another and then to a third, all produced rapidly and without interruption. For example, a careful pronunciation of the word our begins with a vowel, a quality similar to a, goes on to a glide towards the back close rounded area, for which we use the symbol u, short vowel u, then ends with a mid-central vowel schwa. We use the symbol awa. We use the symbol awa, awa, awa to represent the pronunciation of awa. The pronunciation of how to pronounce awa, 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 and the sound as we pronounce it, awa, awa. But this is not always an accurate representation of the pronunciation. The triphthongs can be looked on as being composed of the 5 closing diphthongs described in the last section with schwa added on the end. Thus we get in this shape, focus with me, how to pronounce them. A, as we said about it, diphthong, plus schwa to get aya, aya. This is a triphthong. I plus schwa, a. I to become aya, triphthongs, aya, aya. Oi, diphthong, plus schwa to get the sound triphthong oya, oya. And u plus schwa to get uwa, uwa, the sound uwa. And au, the diphthong au plus schwa to get the sound awa, awa, uwa, uwa, uwa. All of these sound, diphthong and the triphthong, need from us to practice, to take so many examples to make a practice about them, to pronounce them, and to check them according to the recorded or identifying them with the dictionary in your mobile phone or in your laptop, to take so many examples about each sound and to practice how to pronounce them. Without practice, you do not get your correct pronunciation. So I advise you to make a practice about them. The principal cause of difficulty for the foreign learners is that in present-day English, the extent of the vowel movement is very small, except in very careful pronunciation. Because of this, the middle of the 3 vowel qualities of the triphthong, that is to say the short e, short vowel e or short vowel u part, can hardly be heard, and the resulting sound is difficult to distinguish from some of the diphthongs and long vowels. To add to the difficulty, there is also the problem of whether a triphthong is felt to contain one or two syllables. Words such as fire, fire, fire in this sound as we said, and this sound as we pronounce it, fire in this. This is triphthong aya. Fire, this word, fire, and this is transcription for it. That means fire, aya, and there is the triphthong. Or our, there is a triphthong in it, in the sound. Our, are probably felt by most English speakers, with a British Broadcasting Corporation pronunciation to consist of only one syllable, whereas playa, as we say playa, or slawa, playa, aya, as in this sound. As we say aya, as we say aya, playa, or slower, as in uwa, as we said uwa, and this word is slower, not slower, but slower, are more likely to be heard as two syllables. We will now go through a detailed description of each triphthong. This is partly because this is so much variation in the amount of vowel movement according to how slow and careful the pronunciation is, and also because the careful pronunciation can be found by looking at the description of the corresponding diphthong and adding the sound schwa to the end. However, to help identify these diphthongs, some example words are given here. For example, when we say laya, playa, laya, player, aya, laya, fire, aya, laya, fire, oya, lawyer, loyal, royal, oya, loyal, royal, oya, lua, mua, lua, as we said, triphthong, lua, ua, lua, mua, lua, mua, lua, mua, our, and this is triphthong, our, power, our, power, our, power, our. In this notes on problems and further reading, it is not concerned with you as students, but this is so many further reading that refer to some authors and some writers. They are writing about the phonetics and phonology, and also this notes for teachers, not for the students, but we focus about the written exercises to get the solution for it. For example, written exercises, it is so important to get the solutions for that. Now I finish this the third lecture, and if you have any question, you can drop it to me on my channel on YouTube, as you know. to try to reply for you. And I will try to make interactive lecture with you during the Google Meet. And to make or to practice the sounds with you. We will try to do that. So I wish for you all the best, and in the next lecture, and I needed to see so many comments from you to know if you understand the lecture or not. So be careful to do how to pronounce the sounds. Thank you so much for your attention, and I wish you all the best.